Paul's #1 fan, obsessively in love with him. So, she imprisoned him in her house and commanded him to write a love story about the two of them. During his recovery, Paul was constantly searching for a chance to escape. Today, a hairpin on the floor caught his attention. He deliberately provoked Annie by asking to change the writing paper, irritating her. As Annie stepped out, he immediately made his move. Paul endured the searing pain, dragging himself to the door to pick the lock with the hairpin. He successfully opened the inner door, but was stopped by the final security door. He frantically grabbed the telephone, only to find it was a hollow shell. He spun his wheelchair around, nearly knocking over one of Annie's decorative figures. He quickly replaced it and continued searching for an exit. Just then, Annie drove up. Paul's heart nearly stopped. Ignoring the agony, he stole a sheet of pain and sleeping pills, then used his last ounce of strength to rush back to his room. However, at the last door, his wheelchair jammed in the frame. Footsteps outside were getting closer. Paul painfully climbed out of the chair, pulled and dragged the chair free, completely unaware that his clothes were soaked with sweat. After finally locking himself back in the room, Annie opened the door. Seeing Paul drenched in sweat, she looked deeply confused. That evening, Paul suggested they have dinner to celebrate the smooth writing of the new book. Annie was ecstatic and shyly prepared everything. As Annie went to fetch the champagne, Paul instantly sprinkled the crushed sleeping pills he'd collected into her glass of red wine. Paul was certain he would finally escape, but then Annie picked up the glass and